They are some of the youngest and most vulnerable Syrian refugees. They are also sick. Doctors at this mobile health clinic have come to this camp in eastern Lebanon to prescribe medicines. Most here suffer from stomach ailments and skin diseases, but those with more serious conditions or who suffer from chronic illnesses won't find help here.
Problem they are facing is what we call the secondary and tertiary health care, which means that if the doctor wants some medical exam, let's say some blood test, some scan or whatever, here we have to refer them because we cannot provide all of this.
There are over 3,600 refugee camps across Lebanon, which is now home to nearly 1.5 million Syrian refugees. The United Nations Human Rights Agency has appealed for close to $2 billion in aid. So far, international donors have committed around 40%, which means services like healthcare have been sharply cut.
Shrinking budgets have led the UN's refugee agency to introduce a set of criteria for those seeking medical treatment. But that criteria set is fairly restrictive, and even then, those who qualify still have to pay 25% of their treatment themselves, something few refugees can afford.
Amsha Hussein Salal suffers from chronic bronchial asthma. Her condition is so bad that she rarely leaves the tent she shares with her daughter and husband. She's lived here for nearly 4 years after fleeing from her home in Aleppo. These are the medicines she needs in order to help her breathe. Medication she rarely has enough of.
The medicines I need are very expensive. I have no income and don't get any support, except sometimes from the UN. So you can see it's impossible for me to get medicines. In fact, the other day at 4 a.m., it was so hot in this tent, I couldn't breathe. I had to take a cab to a medical center for oxygen.
Healthcare workers in Lebanon are warning of a major health crisis if Syrian refugees don't receive more support. But with international donations drying up, many will continue to be vulnerable to illnesses. Imtiaz Time, Al Jazeera, at the Dalmiya refugee camp in eastern Lebanon.